Welcome everybody. I shall learn to turn off my. I shall see what it sounds. All right, cool. Hey, Greg, Dylan, and John. How you doing? We're doing something pretty cool today. Yeah, it's a new Lego set. So we're gonna do this guy. Just gotta figure out how to open it. There's tape. Open it from here? You do, right? No, that's a handle. What you do from right here? What up, Buttercup? UCS version? I have no idea what you're. I don't know what UCS means. I don't know, but I'm trying to. Hey there, PJ, how you doing? I'm trying to get this all going here. Come on. There we go. Jeez. A whole bunch of goodies in here. Hello. Oh. Oh. This is cool. Yeah, this was actually given to me for Christmas by Disney Sheep Herder. Thank you very much. Stickers. All right. Holy crap, there's a lot of bags. This is going to be the biggest Lego set I've ever made. There's one. There's two. Start with that. This is going to be a big Lego set. Holy crap. Holy shnikes. Look at this, man. Alright, so we're doing a black Millennium Falcon. Because that's how we roll. So we begin. I don't know if I'm actually going to finish this today. We'll find out. But I think we can get far. It's like over 1,000 pieces. Ooh, over 1,000 pieces. Oh my. So I go over more. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Well, hello there, Canadian Spider-Man. Dun, 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 dun. I think there's like 15 bags in here. Hey! We can't hear you. Yes. It must be the tariffs. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear.
It must be that new tariff that's going on.
No, that's not going on. That shouldn't be. I can hear you. Yeah, so pieces there.
It's a biggie. What is the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, no, that's a big piece. And you just got that, right? That's brand new.
Yeah.
I'm just in the middle of spaghetti. Some, yeah, I got some chicken and some Alfredo sauce. And, just cooking it up. So I thought I'd come and see what you were up to.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see what it is we were building.
Is this guy?
The Millennium friggin' Falcon, dude. I am jealous.
I don't know where I'm gonna put it.
Man, that is my favorite. That would be my favorite Lego thing to get. Would be the Millennium Falcon.
It's not the what?
Well, there used to be one that size, and the whole. My neighbor kid had it. My friend had it, and the whole top would lift off, and you could see all the different rooms and inside of the Millennium Falcon. That was fantastic.
Ooh. It's not the big one.
How many pieces is that going to be, Steve?
1,579.
Wow. So how many days is this going to take?
I don't know.
This is fantastic. Thanks for joining. Let me join.
We about to find out. It might take
linguine.
At least a couple. What?
So I'm making a little linguine.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like the linguine noodles. So what are you starting with? When you build a Millennium Falcon out of Lego with 1,500 pieces, where do you start? Do you know what you're building?
I mean, I start with the first bag, I guess.
Okay, yeah, and
work my way, I guess. Yeah.
Anything more specific than just the first bag?
Like, I mean, I just follow the directions.
No, but what part of the ship are you building? I mean.
Oh, I don't know. I imagine I'm building the base of it, and then I'm gonna go out. I think that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Ah, fantastic. Yeah, and I don't know. Would you add apples to chicken Alfredo linguine
I
with
mean, you
mushrooms?
could.
Wouldn't be a bad thing, hey?
Or no, I guess not. Gee, this is gonna be big. Holy crap! Holy shnikes! And they're off. So stupid. John said, "Canadian, you surviving with the tariffs?"
Oh, I don't buy anything, so yeah, I don't care. We should just do what he suggested. It wouldn't be a bad idea to strengthen our borders.
I agree.
I mean, why the hell wouldn't we? And also, why would we start a tariff war? That's like a match going against a blowtorch. What are you, retarded?
Yeah,
It's in our best interest. Let's make Fortress North America. I think Reagan talked about that. That's my opinion. And what do I know other than I have a degree in it? Well, it was my minor. A minor, not a major. Yeah, buddy, I think apples are the way to go. So here we have.
Right.
Oh, the light is washing that out, isn't it? There we go. That's a little better. So yeah, we have. Let's see if we can get the ring light to work. No, that's not going to come off. But yeah, we've got some. We have some chicken and some mushrooms, and we've got some broccoli for some green in there. You know, you got to have the broccoli and mushrooms, onions, some cream sauce, a lot of butter. Why not put apples in there? So does it come with Luke Skywalker and C-3PO and Han Solo?
It comes with different characters. It's based off of the
Yes, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess
It's
Leia,
based off
Spock.
of the TV.
Those are all different characters.
Well, yeah, but it's based off of one of the Lego Star Wars things or something like show or something like that. I don't know.
So is that a no?
No, it has no, it has like it has Beach Luke, Jedi Vader, Bounty Hunter, C-3PO, Darth Dev, Darth Jar Jar, and Darth Ray or something like that. It's like an opposite. It's weird. I don't know.
Okay. All right. You want to do a shot of maple?
Oh. Try it.
All right. You get your shot of maple ready. Oh yeah, we want the nice slow pour of the maple. I've drunk most of this already. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and just haul it out of the fridge and take a swig.
There you go.
It's Canadian. Cheers to political bullshittery.
Yeah. Well, that was bag one.
All right. A little salt. Sage. I think sage is good for chicken. Little smoked paprika for the chicken. What about oregano?
Yeah, you could do that. All right, I'm roasting. Hold on.
Ooh. Ooh, that maple is good. Yeah. Hi. John the Beagle Dad is in on YouTube. Excellent. Hi, Herc is there too. Hey, Herc 130.
Hey. Hey. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't really buy a whole lot, Steve. I haven't really worked a lot, so I don't really spend much money.
Okay.
I don't think the tariffs are gonna. But I don't drive that far because I don't really go to work. So I don't think it's really going to affect me that much. However, I do think it is going to affect me politically because I think it'll put a push to get Justin Trudeau out of there quicker.
Yeah.
And, we'll see what happens,
man. The old Sam Adams 0% alcohol.
So that's what you're drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had a beer yet today. I might make some tea.
This stuff is actually pretty good. It's a 0% IPA. I like it, man. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I can't do the 0% beer. If I'm gonna drink it, I want to get drunk, or at least get an effect from it. Not necessarily drunk, but an effect.
What's weird is it does give you some type of effect to it.
Yeah, if you drink a couple of them, yeah.
But it's more of just it's tripping your brain. But yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm opposed to that. So, have Americans noticed an increase in the price of maple syrup this morning?
I don't know.
Well, when you went to buy your maple syrup this morning, did you notice it more expensive?
I didn't get maple syrup. I don't really do syrup.
On your pancakes?
I don't really do pancakes.
Nah, neither do I. Except at the Calgary Stampede. Then they're pancake breakfasts all over the city for free at that point. Or mostly free.
That's what I'm talking about.
Calgary Stampede is the biggest rodeo in the world.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
And you look like a guy that might enjoy a good rodeo.
I do, man. I've been to a couple. They're pretty fun.
Well, the Calgary Stampede is impressive, man. It is just massive. It goes all week. And you can go, they sell turkey drumsticks. Barbecue turkey drumsticks, or deep fried turkey drumsticks, which is one of my favorite things to get at the rodeo. And I haven't seen them anywhere else but there. They're massive. They're massive. You're walking around with these big things.
Man, this is a big honky. Yeah, holy crap. That's what she said.
business there. Yeah, maybe make some tea. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Oh, so next week we are doing something. As you
Oh, happy Groundhog Day. Was it sunny where you were today?
Yeah. Oh, no.
So he didn't see his shadow.
No, he didn't. Oh,
Well,
bastard.
he definitely saw his shadow here.
But next week I'm hosting the Super Bowl.
Really?
On More
How much they
Conversations.
paying you to do that?
Nothing. No, it's just gonna be just a More Conversation podcast, and we're just gonna
fantastic.
talk during the game and whatnot. So
Okay, so you're not presenting at the Super Bowl.
no, that would be cool though.
It would be. I'd say, hey, don't forget your buddy over here.
All right.
I can be there pretty quickly. Oh, no, I can't. Shit. My passport is still being processed. It'll be a couple weeks.
Dude, I have no idea what I'm building at this point.
Does it have internal compartments that you build? Like isn't there like a holding cell?
Well, yeah, but I have to like build the frame of it, and then I can start adding on to it.
Okay. Yes, that makes sense. Just like a house.
See? Right, there goes here.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's dark now. 5:20, and it is dark. Ooh, okay. So that's the floor of something, or the ceiling of something.
I think this is the back end. This is going to be the front end.
Wow. Hey, that went together pretty quick.
Don't jinx it.
And yes, John the Beagle Dad would like a link for the Super Bowl. Yes, absolutely. 6 more weeks till the Super Bowl?
Next week.
Yeah, what does he mean 6 more weeks? I'd love to be able to have my own chickens. I don't have my own chickens, but my neighbors do. There's plenty of neighbors. I have options of where I want to go get my eggs, actually. They're all local. Yeah, right here. Free range. Ooh, John the Beagle Dad is almost done the F-35 Hobie build. Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Until 6 more weeks until the groundhog comes out. Okay, so you have 6 more weeks of winter. Same here. It was pretty sunny out. It was just below the freezing mark, so I did get out and I did pile some wood, and the bonfire is ready to go. But then it turned colder and cloudy.
Oh,
so the bonfire is ready to go for the next nice day. But holy crap, Steve! It's supposed to go down to 20 below the freezing point over the next 4 or 5 days. Yeah, so that's not going to be fun. So my water will freeze if I don't run it during the night occasionally.
Oh yeah, you got to do that. I keep forgetting that when it gets that cold.
Yeah, you have to, man. Yes. Have you seen? Do you watch Groundhog Day with Phil Murray occasionally, or?
I mean, I'll watch it sometimes. I don't watch it every year. If it's on, it's on.
Same. If it's on, yeah. Well, I haven't watched cable TV in a freaking decade. I didn't even have a TV in the house. But I sent a message to my nieces and nephews saying, come on, find it, and I'll come over and we'll watch it. But I don't know if they're interested in watching Bill Murray. They haven't got back to me.
Oh man.
I know that. I thought it was funny as hell. And what, Andy McDowell? I mean, she's always nice.
Yeah. Holy crap. This is becoming quite big.
You sent an invitation to some of the others?
Yeah.
Dark helmet's always good for a laugh.
Yeah. Dang, dude.
Tomorrow is, if I'm not mistaken, today being the 2nd, tomorrow is Raw Thunderheart's birthday.
Yay!
Yeah, he was telling me. So I think we're going to do a stream. If it's not too cold, I'll even start the bonfire.
There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
What is he? He's about a year and 3 months older than I am.
Not bad, not bad.
No, so I think we're going to get on and shoot the shit. It'll be interesting to see because he and I sometimes have different opinions on political things, right? Because we have completely different backgrounds. And so it'll be interesting to see. We'll get a little bit into it about how screwed up Canada's going to be in the next little while. Ooh, that's nice. You're coming right along. Let me just turn on some lights. It's getting dark. Dark.
All right. This is massive. Holy crap.
That's good.
Yeah. Dang it. I made a mistake.
Yeah, but yeah, that was found some clips, man. A couple of things I remember is Bill Murray sitting in the bathtub and then dropping the toaster in it.
Yeah. I do remember that.
And didn't he learn like a
He
couple
learned the
different
piano.
languages?
Yeah,
he
he
did to
learned.
impress Andy McDowell. Yeah, he did. He learned a couple of different languages as well. Learned all kinds of things. Yeah, that was a good movie. Funny. I guess you would have time to learn all kinds.
Yeah. Okay, is that all of it? Let me check on the bottom. Nope. I have to go here.
If you had unlimited time, Steve, you're gonna not necessarily repeat the same day, but if you're gonna live forever, and one of the things you decided to do was learn a language with all your forever time, what language would be your first one? Klingon.
Cantonese.
Ooh.
Or Mandarin.
Holy crap, you chose the hardest ones.
I mean, yeah.
That's
Duh.
nuts. Yes, Herc 130. It was Andy McDowell, and she was so cute back then. Yes, she was. Yeah, I concur, my friend. There we go. So there's a better look at the old chicken linguine.
Nice.
The broccoli. I did throw a couple of pieces of garden tomatoes that I grew out of my garden this summer in there. I froze them in the freezer, just whole. Turned out pretty well. It's my pot holder. Prince Edward Island, baby.
So this is what I have so far.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's big.
Yeah, lobster in Canada is Nova Scotia or Prince Edward Island or New Brunswick. That is big. Man, in Nova Scotia, I saw lobster that were like 3 feet across, man, 3 feet long. They had to be 60 pounds. They were massive. Live in a tank with my own eyes.
So it goes here. Like that.
Speaking of Canada and America and lobster, this is from Prince Edward Island. Right? Do you know what is Prince Edward Island? Prince Edward Island. Why is it important?
I don't know. Because of Prince Edward?
Probably. I don't know that, but it is a province of Canada, one of the 10 provinces, and it's where Confederation was signed in 1867 in the capital city of Prince Edward Island. So the Upper Canada, Lower Canada, Prince Edward Island, and they got together and they signed, not including Newfoundland at the time. They didn't join until like 100 years later.
No one cares about
some of them are still pissed that they joined. But especially today, holy shit. Some of the grandparents alive there are still pissed. But do you know what the capital city of Prince Edward Island is, where Confederation of Canada was signed?
No, I don't.
Can you name any city in the province of Prince Edward Island? We only have 10. I bet you I can name a city in every 50 of the 50 states. Can you name a city in our 10 provinces?
Quebec?
What's the capital city of PEI?
I don't know.
It's a girl's name. It starts with a she. C.
Jenny.
Charlottetown.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, the Charlottetown Accord had the Confederation of Canada there in 1867. There's a bridge. The longest bridge in the world goes from my home province, New Brunswick, over to Prince Edward Island. So you can be to Charlottetown in just 3 hours from my dad's place.
Ah, that's cool. I never knew that.
Birthplace of Canada. You can be there in 3 hours from where I grew up. Well, now with the bridge on the ferry, holy shit! Sometimes it'd take hours. Oh, and Herc 130 says back when Gina Davis was a smoke show. Agreed. There. I love cooking on the wood stove over there, but I do the spaghetti noodles on the stove because you gotta get them boiling. But I cook on the wood stove all the time. I like it, but you gotta keep an eye on it. That frigger gets hot. That is a hot stove. Okay, well.
I don't know much about
no?
Canada.
Okay, wait. Where have you heard of the city of Halifax?
Yes.
What province is it the capital of?
I don't know.
Do you know what? Well, it has a giant naval port where we contributed most of the ships for World War II. Do you know what province it? No,
No.
Nova Scotia.
Oh, okay.
The Titanic museum, there, part of the Naval Museum there. The Titanic is fantastic. Yeah, Halifax, Nova Scotia. The best seafood restaurant in my life, the Five Fishermen. Oh my God. Alaskan king crab, Everett lobster, mussels, you name a fish or seafood. And it was on that. It was $200 to get and it came out in a giant boat, like a model ship. And then they brought more that was out in a giant clamshell. And my girlfriend and I at the time couldn't eat half of it. Our eyes were way bigger than our. But I mean, how often do you get a chance to do that?
Yeah, that's true. So this goes here.
Do you know? You've heard of the province of Newfoundland?
Yeah.
Do you know what the capital city of Newfoundland is? It's a dude's name, and he's a saint.
John.
Yes.
All right.
Well, St. John's with an S.
Oh, okay.
St. John's. And to be confusing enough, St. John with no S is another city that used to be the capital of my home province, New Brunswick. It no longer is. Fredericton's the capital. But yeah, I don't know why we have two St. John's. But that's Newfoundland's awesome. It's got cities like Dildo. I'm sure you've heard of Dildo. That's a city name. No, I'm not joking. It's in Newfoundland. It's spelled like dildo, and it is dildo. It's Dildo, Newfoundland. It's a real town. You can go there and get a T-shirt. I'm not joking.
Knowing me, I would get a T-shirt.
Conception Bay is another one. There's a whole bunch of weird Newfoundland. Yeah, but dildo is the. I was sure you would have known that. Just your kind of humor. Ooh, it looks like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, it's getting there.
All right, do you know what the capital city of all of Canada is? And it ain't Toronto. Toronto's not even a capital of anything, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's where the trucker convoy was.
Oh, I can't think of it. Quebec? Ontario?
It's close to Quebec. It's across the border from Quebec. It's right there. It's in Ontario, yeah, the capital of Ontario, Ottawa.
Oh.
Ottawa.
Man, there's a lot of pieces that go into this thing. Holy
And
crap.
the Stampede is the Stampede is in Calgary, which is the capital of Alberta. Some people think it's Edmonton. And it almost was, because when Wayne Gretzky played for the Edmonton Oilers, holy shit, Edmonton was the city in Alberta. That was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And Quebec City, yeah, John the Beagle Dad, Quebec City is in Quebec. And technically, I guess Quebec does run Canada. So I guess Quebec is sort of the capital city of Canada unofficially. And British Columbia, province I'm in right now, the capital is Victoria, not Vancouver. Vancouver ain't the capital of nothing. And then we have Regina, capital of Saskatchewan. And Winnipeg, Manitoba. Winterpeg. We refer to it as Winterpeg. Same as Ontario is Ontarable.
Get in. So that's what I have so far.
Nice.
So it's going to be like this big.
That is big.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Pack 4.
John has to suffer and talk to Canadians all the time as customers. Hey, so you're on bag number 4 already.
of, I think, 17 bags.
Okay.
That pieces fly off.
Yeah. Well, they're, yeah. Good. Fantastic. Are there any transparent parts that you can see?
I don't know yet.
Does it come with any wheels?
No.
Steering wheel?
That'd be cool.
The thing must come with a steering wheel. Well, does the Millennium Falcon have a steering wheel, or was it just levers? I forget. Was it a
I
big
think it's just levers.
Yeah, it was maybe. No, I think I recall a steering wheel. I think I recall Han Solo grabbing like a fighter pilot two-handled H-style steering wheel. I bet you John probably knows. Yes, all the parts are tiny in Canada. They're millimeters, John.
Is that the middle?
It did have a flight yoke. I thought, well, where's our Herc 130? You know how to fly things the size of the Millennium Falcon. I bet you it did have a flight yoke. There you go. An aviation steering wheel is another name for that, I think. If you're making that up.
This is going to be interesting. I'm going to set this here. Yeah, I got a tape. I can might as get somewhere.
Butter. Weird. That's weird. I've gone and hidden the butter on myself. Yeah, I haven't even had a drink today. That'll turn up. I do like to add butter right to the noodles in addition to olive oil.
Oh yeah.
Right? Butter. I mean, why not? Get all the right fats in there. And your heart and your brain run on fat, not protein, not carbs, by the way. Fat and oils. Fat and oils, fat and oils, fat and oils. Good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have put it in the cover, surely to goodness. No, I did not. It's not in the garbage. Not in the sink. It's not in the rice maker. It's probably not in the wood stove. Probably in here. It's hiding. We're playing hide and seek with the butter. Ha-ha! Found it.
There you go.
It's beside the soy sauce. I should have suspected as much. Condiments like to stick together. Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of little pieces going to this thing. Damn.
That's cool. That means there's a. Well, that just means there's a lot of details.
Yeah.
So it's not a cheap, knockoff, phony Lego piece of crap.
Nah.
There you go. Good. You pay for the detail, right? It is all in the details, as they say.
Yeah. Putting on my first sticker.
Ooh. What's the sticker of?
That little guy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, well, I don't make my own butter, John. No, a neighbor up the road does. I can get homemade butter if I wish. But this is made from a dairy not too far. It's right out of British Columbia, so I know the place more or less. But I do occasionally make my own pot butter with it, yes. And, the fatty pork belly. Now you're talking. Or oxtail. I've had oxtail soup in a fancy restaurant once. And on a Carnival cruise ship, too, going around the Caribbean. No soy sauce, John. Oh, it's good on the sushi. I do like it on the ramen noodles. Oh, my God. My favorite dish in the world, Steve, if I had, next to lobster, not including lobster. And seafood.
Lobster's good, man.
Well, not including seafood, I think non-seafood, I gotta say, ramen noodles would probably be my favorite dish of all time.
So that's what I've gotten so far. Building back here and working my way over. So
you filled it all in. Nice.
I think I'm building the rooms.
Nice. John makes his own butter when he can get cream.
Ooh.
Holy crap. That's fantastic. I think you just have to churn the shit out of it because I've seen videos. I've seen videos of milk maidens churning butter and it's aroused me. I was imitating Scotty R37 on Bill's channel. No one should ever imitate Scotty R37. Just in general.
Yeah.
Wow, hey, you've got a good shape going there. Nice.
Yeah, it's coming along. Looks like a pizza. Yes, it does, man.
Nice. Ooh. So John says, fat fills me. I can have 4 thick sliced bacon and 4 soft-boiled eggs, and that's enough to keep me going for 16 hours with no stomach grumblings.
Dang.
16 hours? 6 hours? Yeah, there's a 1 in there that doesn't belong, John. I mean, it depends on what you're doing. But if I'm outside, man, I'll tell you what, someone that's worked outdoors in hot weather and cold, you burn a lot more calories in the cold because you've got to get warm. It's crazy. Ooh, John makes ghee as well. Nice. I have, I was dating this Hare Krishna girl once, and they're vegan, and so they use ghee. And she used to take me to a vegan restaurant in Brisbane, Australia, in Queensland, and we used to go up to her commune in further down in New South Wales. And yeah, ghee was used, which is just clarified butter, I think. Looked like to me, but yeah, it was used a lot. They use it in everything.
Man, this is a lot of little pieces.
Nice. And I have an Aikido ghee, but that's a different ghee. Oh, which I don't know how you spell that one actually. G-I? G-E? G-I.
Yeah, I sent a link to John or to
Dark Helmet.
Dark Helmet. Thank you. My brain was all like, bleh.
Well, he's probably out because he's still active with the fire department, he said. So he's probably out getting groundhogs out of trees and stuff.
Probably.
It's a busy day for them. Did you hear about Wyerton Willie? I did not.
No.
Are you too young to know? Was that a thing back in the 80s? You know Wyerton Willie, don't you?
Probably. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Oh, it's a groundhog. I'm assuming he's dead by now. Holy shit, he was around when I was 10. Not the same groundhog. Can't be. Can't be.
Here, I'm gonna get.
Well, there's a few streams going on. So
yeah, but not as cool as this one. This one.
No, nothing with the Millennium friggin' Falcon in it. That is for damn sure. Yeah, there we go. There's the sauce, tomatoes, and chicken. Real thick. Tomatoes, mushrooms, onions. Beautiful.
Oh, I know what I'm building right now. It's the cockpit.
Ooh, nice. And I wonder if there's a turret that goes around. Hey, Suzanne.
Hey, it's Suzanne.
At the bottom where Luke jumps down and... Oh, hey, John the Beagle Dad says he shared the stream, so maybe...
Nice.
And yeah, clarified butter has a higher smoke point for frying. Okay, that makes sense. I know different grades of olive oil have much different smoke points as well. The virgin oil actually has a higher burning temperature. Yeah. The gun well, eh? Yes, the gun well. Which is not the same as a gunnel on both. Although it does sound similar. But the gun well is where Luke sits down and shoots everything. You look like you're a sitting duck down there, man. I don't know. It's like in those B-52 bombers or those Lancasters. Like, people are literally aiming for you. No, thanks. Hells to the no. I'll go chasing groundhogs.
So that's what I got so far.
Ooh. Fantastic.
Yeah. Not too shabby. Yeah, we're getting somewhere, people. We're getting somewhere.
So I'm sorry to hear about the plane crash and the helicopter crash, Steve. That's a national friggin' tragedy.
Yeah. Kind of sucks that happened.
It really does. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine, because I mean, I fly all the time. I don't even know how many planes. And every time I'm just trusting that everything goes well, you know?
You're
And
a
I've thought
pilot?
of it. Pardon?
You're a pilot?
No, but my channel is I travel, right?
Oh, okay, now I got it. I thought you meant like, hey.
No, I'm not a pilot. Man, I tell you what, it'd be a lot cheaper if I was. Holy shit.
Would it though?
Oh, well, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I've spent quite a bit on flights over the years.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the cost of.
But no, you're trusting everything. You're trusting that the mechanics, that the material strength, everything right down to the material suppliers, that everything is, that there's not going to be a freak storm, that, it's every time you go up in the air. Mind you,
Yeah.
same thing can be said with when you head out on the roads, and there's even a higher chance of having an issue there.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I was listening to a couple of different broadcasts on it, and it looks like the pilot that was flying the helicopter, she pretty much drove straight into the plane.
Yeah.
And
I don't know much about it, so I avoid all that stuff just because you never know.
No, that's right. Well, but she was an aide to Biden. She's been in several photos with Biden. Like, so, yeah, she worked as an aide to him a bunch of times. So, no, they're on it. It's looking like it's probably her fault, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of sad.
She only had 500 hours, and there's no way she should have even apparently been there. But it'll all come out, and you know what? If one death, the silver lining, Stephen, I do try to stay positive.
Mm-hmm.
If one death gets them to reevaluate, and why would a helicopter flight path be anywhere near there anyway? Like, completely, if it makes changes that and of course there were many more than one death. There was like 60 some, but maybe it could prevent an even larger tragedy in the future, and not just there, but in other airports. I'm sure that's not the only potential crash site in America. So maybe the whole system gets revamped, and we save thousands of lives, potentially.
Maybe. I don't know, but maybe.
And then, and we've got to start putting in regulations for when we start having. I saw this guy, he's got a drone that looks like a four blade drone, and he was driving in Europe on the friggin' street, like down the friggin' highway on a drone. He was riding it like a motorcycle.
Jeez.
So that's real now. So we got to start making rules for. Hello.
Well, hey, John.
Yeah, we got to start making rules for flying drone people cars now. Oh, you must be on mute. We can't quite hear you, John. Or maybe it's turned down a little bit low. Yep, there. Yep.
Okay, cool. I took a second to figure out.
I'm on back 5.
Hello, welcome.
Oh, interesting. I don't see myself on Rumble, but I do on YouTube.
There might be a little bit of a lag.
No, you're on Rumble. I have Rumble on right now.
That's a gorgeous Millennium Falcon. Might not be long before we have ships like Millennium Falcon. Some enthusiast out there is going to build a flying Millennium Falcon. You watch.
In Lego.
In Lego with real drone technology, and the thing might fly. You watch. There's this one guy in England. I think it's England. I don't think it's Australia. And he made an AT-AT walker, the 4-legged Star Wars AT-AT AT-AT walker. He hasn't got the shell over it yet, but he made the head, and it doesn't move very fast, but he's on his way to modifying it and making a real AT-AT walker that he can ride around in.
That's weird.
Crazy. I highly encourage that. That is definitely the kind of world I want to live in. That is fantastic.
So I saw the movie Flight Risk the other day, and I enjoyed it.
Interesting movie to see, considering all the accidents we've been having.
Who knew? Yeah, but it was. I enjoyed it. It was a good change of pace of watching things.
There's definitely a lag on YouTube. I don't see myself on YouTube. But that's okay.
No, you're on there.
Now, and how does it compare to the likes of Candy Cane Lane?
Oh, I don't know. Like, it's a different style of movie, and so it's. I don't. That's a good question. I don't know, but it's to me. I enjoyed it very much because it's mainly Mel Gibson, so it's you can't go wrong with that.
Yep.
Oh, that's why there's not that many people. Everyone's watching the Grammys. Why do people watch that? The Grammys, like who? Why? Why?
Serves no purpose for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Canadian's muted.
Yeah, I was because I had the kettle was going. I'm just making some more tea. Yeah, I get it, but who goes to... No one watches the Oscars or the Grammys anymore, do they? Is it because Will... That's why, because Will Smith is hosting.
Oh, God. No.
Presenting.
Well, it's everyone is streaming it and talking about it, and it's like, dude, you have what 20? Let's say 20 account channels all doing the same thing. It's like we're all going to agree on the same thing. Change it up.
That's right.
That's why next week I'm doing a Super Bowl event.
I've kept my Christmas tree. Can we do a Christmas tree burning at it?
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Go for it.
Yeah. And it still has most of the needles. It's been outside frozen next to the bonfire.
Yeah, we can do it.
That sounds fun.
Oh.
Suzanne created a monster? What does she mean by that?
You.
Huh.
I don't know. But I've been the wife and I, we watch this reality show called Traitors, where you get 20 people and then you pick 3 traitors and they have to kill someone every night. And then they have to vote who is the traitor. Everyone doesn't know who the traitors are. And you have the faithfuls, and it's it's a good psychology type show.
Yeah.
Like, to see how good you can be. And
nice.
It's pretty fun.
How you going done, Suzanne?
Now, I have also seen, because last Manorama, we did a first responders show.
That was fun.
And just speaking of drones, I saw that, I think it was somewhere in Japan, but they're working on large-scale drone platforms. Basically a scaffold platform with drone technology underneath it with the blades. And it can go up to skyscrapers where their ladders can't reach, and deploy, and it has the capacity for 4 or 5 people to get on board, and it will shuttle them down to ground level. So if they can, it'd be scary as hell if it wasn't perfected. Like testing it would be. You'd use mannequins, I hope.
I hope they have clear skies for that. No other planes in the area.
Well, or the smoke comes in, but whatever. But I mean, it's better than having to jump from 20 stories up, you know.
That is true.
And Herc 130 says Will Smith's kid is wearing a small house on his head. Not joking.
I saw a picture of that. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Oh,
so he wants attention? He wants attention then. Huh.
I forgot to do this.
Ooh. Suzanne has taught her boy to cook, and he even bakes them a cake every other day. That is fantastic. That's excellent. Oh man, I can make a pie. I've made cakes out of like Duncan Hines, but certainly not from scratch. But a pie I can make from scratch. Well done, Suzanne. Very nice.
So I should be getting my new pup in about 6 to 12 months. The process has been interesting, to say the least, picking a breeder.
Nice.
I'm going strictly by referral. And, I've had 2 people refer me to this particular breeder. So at least I know they're not a puppy mill.
Yeah.
If I'm going to spend an extra $1,000 on the puppy, I want it to come from a reputable person.
And I want to look for this piece I'm trying to find. Did I do it wrong?
And that was the one that you sent me the photo of, right? John?
That's a sample of that's actually a blue-coated beagle. And I didn't realize how many coats and colors they came in.
Oh.
Basically, she does tricolor, which are the dominants of the species with the colors. And sometimes they have a dilution in their color, and that's how you get a blue coat for that in the rare colors. I don't care. I just want a healthy dog.
Yeah.
And the same size as Brew.
Now, dogs out here in the country are important to keep out the critters and the pests. How are beagles for that sort of thing?
Beagles go after rabbits. They're rabbit dogs. And yes,
really?
Rue was a hunter. She loved to go after rabbits. I didn't let her, of course, because there was a screen door blocking her. I don't have a fenced-in yard.
Right. No, then they don't bother the skunks?
You know how many skunks we have? Armadillos.
Ooh, I bet you they're good eating.
They're interesting. They're cute as anything,
I don't think
but
I've
they're
ever
interesting.
had armadillo.
I saw one this morning.
You've never seen an armadillo before?
I've never eaten an armadillo. I've seen them in zoos.
They're good.
You have eaten an armadillo?
Yeah. I lived in Florida.
Wait a minute. Are they more like reptile? Because this is the first time I actually saw one when I moved to Florida. Up close.
I think they are. Yeah, they would be reptiles. I think.
What? Herc 130? Your 17-year-old nephew is singing in the chorus for Stevie friggin' Wonder? Like the Stevie Wonder? Holy shit.
Wow. Tito, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Wow. That's fantastic.
I think I'm building... yes.
And he's in the Grammys. Stevie Wonder's in the Grammys. Wow. He's actually young enough to still be singing in the Grammys. Wow.
I thought he was dead.
No, apparently not. He's singing in the Grammys.
I remember sitting next to him once at a play.
Oh. Well, there's that.
That's the engine.
Wow. Nice.
Now, does this take after the original generation, or is it the...
It's based off of a Lego Disney show.
Okay. You won't mention
Whatever
it.
that means. Whatever it means.
I think I know which one. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say it.
Ooh, rabbits can be vicious, hey?
Oh, yeah. Well, you should see what beagles do to the rabbits. It's hysterical. Well, it's not hysterical. It's amazing.
Now, where did these pieces go?
I guess. I mean, I've seen cats fend off pretty big dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you don't want to mess with cats.
No. I tried to put a cat in a backpack once. Me and another grown man. We couldn't do it. 2 grown men could not get one cat in a backpack.
Yeah, cats are not to be trifled with.
No, we could. After an hour, we just gave up. Said, you know what? It's not worth it.
All right. So I need. What is it? 6. So here's 8. Nine. 7.
I did send away for that part I was missing, but I was able to download another set for it.
6. So let me do this all in order.
You won't be able to finish that tonight.
17, 16, watch me. 15.
That must be. How many bags have you done so far? At least 4.
14, 13. I have done. I'm on the 6th.
Okay, nice. Cats can be jerks to dogs, and dogs will just put up with it. Same as sometimes you see people like that too, and the boyfriend just sits there and takes it. It's like all the verbal abuse. I don't care. I'm just happy to touch your bum. That's not a Steve. So who's in the Super Bowl?
Chiefs and go ahead.
I forget who the other one is. I just know the Chiefs.
Pennsylvania Eagles, I think.
That's who. Yeah.
I'm more of a baseball fan than English.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not enough 14-inch blades in it for me.
Well, I'm doing Jedi Vader right now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Heck, the minifigures alone would be worth keeping. Some people just collect the minifigs.
I do enjoy.
Right.
You know, Canadians do have Super Bowl parties up here. It's just an excuse to eat a lot of food and have a celebration, which is always a good thing. I think chicken wings are mandatory. Pretty sure. What's mandatory Super Bowl food? Pizza necessarily.
Buffalo wings.
Wings for sure. Ribs perhaps. Nachos definitely.
And of course, baseball is hot dogs.
Yeah, with chili. I like chili. Yeah, I went and saw
There it is.
a few. I've seen a few Major League Baseball games. The last one I saw would have been in Seattle.
Okay.
back when Ichiro was still playing.
Okay.
Yep, that was fantastic.
He just made the Hall of Fame.
Yep. I don't know if he was at that point.
No.
And there's a place in Seattle called Mike's Chili Parlor. Oh man, really good chili there. Fantastic. What is it? Guy Fieri featured it on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and that was man,
good show.
Wrong. Yep, I love Seattle. Seattle's fun. Yeah, I like it a lot.
You are West Coast, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Pacific time.
Yep, that's correct.
I keep getting time zones messed up.
It makes the evening streams easy because everyone else is later than us.
Mm-hmm.
Are those the engines, Steve? You made the engines?
Yeah, that part.
Nice.
And I'll be working on the next one.
Is that a sticker or is that red Lego?
Yeah, it's red.
Probably
it's translucent.
Ooh. So there's translucent pieces on there?
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
They're so far translucent.
Sweet.
I just showed up on YouTube.
Well, you've been on YouTube for a long time now.
Talk about a lag. No, but it's the video. I see it. Maybe because I didn't hit the live button. That's why.
Oh.
There we go. I knew I screwed up somewhere. There we go.
Oh, right. Suzanne has been affected by the tariffs, and the American alcohol has been pulled off the shelves in Canadian liquor stores. So she can't get Jack Daniels. That's right. No Jack Daniels. Right.
Steve, send her a bottle.
Gee.
Might be contraband now.
I know.
Well, they're tightening up our borders, which actually the only downside to tightening up our borders is if Trudeau tries to lock down our country again for 2 years and that literally Canadians cannot leave their country. I want to get out before that happens. And even when he did lock it down, we were never too worried because you can walk over I could get into the States without going through, without avoiding Trudeau's lockdowns in the past. Now, I don't know. They've got a lot more tighter recently.
Yeah.
I did like a loose border in that if I had to escape Trudeau, I could. There's nothing he could do to stop me.
I think you're muted, Dark.
Yeah, so did illegal immigrants.
That's the downside. But technically, I would be an illegal immigrant, but I wouldn't be trying to get into the States just to get into the States. I'd be fleeing Trudeau. It's the opposite. It's different.
That's political persecution. We'll give you asylum. Welcome aboard.
Yep, right.
I don't know. Should we trust this guy?
Hold on. I got an idea for Canadians. If you'll hear me out on this, gentlemen. Here's what we do.
Good.
We'll give Northern California. We'll let them become their own state. We'll find it.
Don't give Northern California because that's actually one of the most conservative places in California. Don't do that. Southern California.
No, we need to keep them as state. But hold on. Here's why I say this. Hear me out.
Right.
Let me hear me out. We'll find a good medium. We'll split the state, and what we'll do is from there down, from the conservative point down, we'll give it all to Canada, and we'll let conservative Canadians come down, live in Southern California, and they can become their own country.
Perfect.
And they can be our neighbors. We can trade with you evenly and equally, and you can have all the rights you want. How's that sound?
That's
Go for it.
You'll have great weather too.
That sounds great to me. That's the biggest thing. That the older I get, now that I'm in my 50s, that's the biggest thing, man.
You don't look 50.
Yeah, 52. I turned 53 in a couple months. Yeah.
Let's be honest. The older we get, the less cold we like.
That's true. I saw. I heard a report rather on YouTube today. It was from one of the news agencies I follow, and a study was done asking Canadians between the age of 15 and 45 if Trump said, "Open invitation, come on down to all Canadians, come on down and be Americans. You can work and live here." 43% of them between
Wow.
of people between 15 and 45 said they would take him up on it and move. Wow.
Yeah.
There are a lot of
that's amazing.
There are a lot of Canadians. They love guns. They love to be able
I
to
do.
protect themselves. They want to be able to protect themselves. They want to be able to
Freedom
have
of
a
speech.
firearm. Yeah, exactly. But yet Trudeau's just trying to be a hard ass against Trump, and it's not working. He can't do it.
How long do you think he's gonna actually? Because I read that
Give him a month.
the dollar in Canada
not even that long
is going down, and people are saying like, no, it's one person said that it's cheaper now. I'm like, that's not how it works. When the dollar loses its value,
Canadian dollar, because the American dollar is probably going to be stronger now.
Because we have actual leadership again. We have adults in charge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not saying we're going to agree. Not saying even me. I'm not saying I'm going to agree with everything he does, but we still have strong leadership in charge again.
Mm-hmm.
I can deal with that. I can deal with that.
I don't understand who up here wouldn't just want to. We waste a lot of money. Let's put it on the borders. Do what he says. Strengthen the borders. It's a win-win. Just do it.
It's good for both. It's good for both countries.
It's a no-brainer. There's one person up here, the provincial leader of Alberta, the Premier Danielle Smith, is saying that, and she's doing it, and she's been in talks with Trump, and she controls all the oil too. So,
that's good.
It's a provincial thing, not a federal thing.
You know, we're neighbors, our Canadian neighbors, our Mexican neighbors. The problem is the Mexican president is a socialist. She just is. And she's just going to fight against everything the U.S. does, unless it's like far left. And this is how I see it.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, how many of the politicians in Mexico are intimidated or paid off by the cartels?
Well,
all of them.
I'm not saying all of them, but how many?
A terrorist organization now means he can call in the army, and it now means that he can investigate the cartels on both sides of the border now.
Yeah, I agree.
And in Army Delta.
Don't get me wrong. If we go after the cartels, we have to have Mexican cooperation. We need their military has actually done very well against the cartels.
Yes.
We do need, but we have to cooperate with them.
We need their intelligence.
I've seen them
because they have better intelligence than we'll ever have with there because it's their country.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know, I think if we truly work together with the Mexican officials, we can. You're not going to get rid of them completely. It'll never happen. But we can take enough of it down to where they're not as big of a threat as they are right now.
Yep. Ooh, Suzanne thinks Danielle Smith is amazing too. Yeah, I don't necessarily, agree with everything, perhaps, but I think in general she has her heart in the right place, and she says again, Trump is a deal maker. He doesn't bluff, but he makes deals. Everything is a transaction to him. So just make a deal.
That's it. That's all Mexico.
You're not gonna.
Yeah.
But people get their backups. Oh, we got to stand up to bullies. It's like, he wants to stop fentanyl from coming in. How is that a bully? Do it. He wants to strengthen the borders.
And all the children that are disappearing. I'll just leave it at that.
Exactly.
Child trafficking. Yes, that's a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big deal. And that's why he's doing it. People are like freaking out. They're like protesting in the U.S. and like California, New York, and Chicago. Like, oh, he's a dictator. No, he's trying to get legitimately people that came here illegally and committed violent crimes while here. What's wrong with that? That's not a bad thing. Every country should want to get rid of people like that. Why is that bad? There's nothing wrong with that.
Look at
Poland. Poland does not play at all. No. I've been researching Poland. If you cross illegally and you attack their troops, that's the last thing you're ever going to do. I'll just leave it at that. You can research it on your own. It's not that they're against people coming there. It's illegally. What's wrong with the country protecting its sovereignty? Canada should protect its sovereignty. Mexico should do it. Mexico's not stopped anybody coming up from the south, regardless of what country they're from. They've made no effort to stop it. And they're like, oh, they're stopping them. No, they're not. They don't care. They're just like, hey, just keep on going. And then they get mad when we put a tariff on them. That was your fault. That was Mexico's fault.
Who do you think's going to bend the knee first, Mexico or Canada?
Oh, Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
But it's not bending the knee. It's just, how about we do what he's suggesting? It's in our best interests.
It's common sense.
Well, look at this. Canada.
A lot
Mexico,
of Canadians think that.
Yeah, Canada, Mexico, U.S. Yeah, we're different countries, but we still what affects one does affect the others. 3, 2.
Fortress
It does.
North America.
We need to work together. We can still have our sovereignty
Yep.
and our own laws and stuff. We should still work together. We are still neighbors, and I'm fine with that. That's what Trump's trying to get across. Let's work together. Let's be true neighbors, and we can defend each other. If somebody attacked Canada, I have no problem with U.S. troops going up there and defending Canada.
Absolutely.
If we're working with Mexico and we're getting along, somebody invades Mexico, I have no problem with our troops going down there and defending them, because we are still neighbors. It still affects us in one way or another.
911, or man, when 9/11 happened, Canada, we were right there with you over in Afghanistan, kicking ass.
Well, look when we had the hurricanes and the snowstorms and stuff like that, and even the fires. Mexican first responders still came up and assisted. I respect that. I have no problem with that. Canadians came down.
They come up here. Mexicans come all the way up here in the summer,
and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
That's like you have Canadians.
Legally.
You have legally. Exactly. You have Canadians that legally work in America. You have Americans that legally work in Canada. You have Mexicans that legally work in America, and Americans that legally work in Canada, and that's fine. I don't have a problem.
Let's get along and stop fighting, and China must be just laughing and kicking up their heels over this, eh? And Russia, fuck. Ooh, Steve, nice. Where are the toilets?
I don't worry about Russia as much as I work about China. China's my big issue, not Russia.
Agreed.
China,
I like Russia.
Most Russians just want to live in peace for the most part. I've talked to plenty of Russians playing games, and they're like, hey, we don't want to fight with you. Can we just figure out a way to get along? I'm like, tell your leaders that, and we'll tell ours that. Let's figure it out.
Yep. Well, I think Trump is going to usher in a lot of peace, and that's not going to sit well with a lot of people.
Warmongers, WEF.
Yep.
WHO, NATO. Because NATO at this point are warmongers. They are.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it.
Yep, I agree. And I want Pierre Poilievre instead of our potential next prime minister. Looks like I don't want him to be in a competition with Trump. I want them, because they are very ideologically similar. I want Pierre Poilievre to do exactly what Trump did his first 2 days in office, and they should work hand in hand. It's a win-win.
Oh, with him, he's like, hey, I'm Canada first. I respect that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I think him and Trump could really get together and work a deal out with trade, mutual defense. Because
shooting together.
Yeah, we have to have mutual defense with Canada and Mexico. We just simply do.
Yep.
Because you guys are our neighbors. You're our cousins. I still consider Canadians family, except for Quebec.
Yeah, well, that's different.
Yeah, they like France too much still.
That's right. Yeah, and we like Alaska. We like it being up there. That's cool.
It's a pretty country, just not in the winter.
Yeah, we're not bitter over that whole transaction at all.
Hey, blame the Russians on that one. They sold it to us.
We do.
Absolutely
do.
That doesn't mean our countries can't get along. It's just both leaderships of all three countries just have to put all the BS aside, say, hey, we got our disagreements, but hey, we're neighbors. Let's work together for mutual defense, mutual trade. And I have no problem with people from Mexico working in the U.S. legally. I have no problem with Canadians working in the U.S. legally. I'm fine with that. It's okay. It's just doing it the right way. That's it.
The visa program. The work visa.
Thanks, Steve. Dick. All that crinkling plastic, you bastard. My cat just ran out of the bedroom. I still find it funny how Trudeau suddenly is trying to act like a badass against Trump. I sat there and watched him like, yeah, you're not going to win that fight, dude. No.
No, he wants a crisis. He wants Canada to be in crisis so then he can maintain control.
A crisis is such a terrible thing to waste.
Because you know he's going to lose to if there's a vote. He knows that.
Yep.
Absolutely knows. That's one thing I think up there Canada has to change is him being able to, any prime minister being able to say, well, I'll decide when election is. That needs to stop. There still has to be a...
Well, it is in our constitution. There's a hard limit of 5 years. No ifs, ands, or buts. Doesn't matter if we go to World War. 5 years maximum. And then the Governor General steps in. But that's never had to happen before.
That's the emperor.
Yeah.
No,
but now he can schedule it anytime he wants. It's up to him when to do it in those 6 years.
You know why he's not wanting to do it? Because he knows he's going to lose.
That's right. Yep. That's right. Well, he's not even running. He's stepping down, so it's the other idiots like the Mark Carney.
Well, it says, didn't he step down from his party, but not the actual position, if I remember correctly?
Until they elect a new leader of his position. His party chooses a new leader, and that person becomes the prime minister. So only registered members of the Liberal Party can choose the next prime minister. How effed up is that?
Seems like set up to me.
Seems like
because he becomes de facto prime minister. Well, they choose their leader, and he becomes de facto the prime minister.
That's why he did it.
Don't get me wrong; it's your country. I'm an American. I have no say in that, so I don't completely understand all of it, and I'm not even going to sit there and pretend like I know.
It's a horrible idea. No, we need to absolutely make it. And the Liberal Party has rules. They allow 15-year-olds to vote.
What?
Why?
For their party leader.
Why?
Yeah, and you can be a resident of Canada, not a citizen.
That makes no sense.
Sounds like Chicago and New York with that.
They have the least strict rules for voting for their party member leaders. So that's crazy. So I think you're going to see a big change here in the next few years because all these weaknesses have been exposed. And a lot of people around me are saying, hey, hang on, the Americans have a good idea with the First and Second Amendment because we always used to think we're never going to need that. Like the government's not actually going to try and take control of our lives. Like, come on. Fuck. We were wrong.
Trust me, us as Americans, we've been wrong about stuff plenty of times.
So I think you're going to see the First and Second Amendments or some form thereof coming to Canada pretty fucking quick, or you're going to see half of Canada moving south. And that's one of the biggest reasons given is why would you move to the States? I mean, it's prosperous is up there, but they've got the First and Second Amendments is the reason given.
Well, I've heard some people from like Alberta proper, or probably some of the surrounding areas around Alberta, kind of to the point now they're like, we just want to become part of the U.S. at this point. They're just so done with it. They're like, we'd rather become American citizens. And
a lot of them are having that discussion, and it's worth having because
I'm not saying it should happen, but I can understand why they think that.
Ottawa has a lot of power over Alberta, and they're resentful of it, And Saskatchewan, where Suzanne, she knows about Saskatchewan, the same thing, yeah. There's a lot of Westerners that they don't like the East Coast telling them what to do,
Same here in the U.S. or the West Coast.
Yeah, especially since Alberta foots the bills for the whole friggin' country, along with Saskatchewan. Like they pay for everything. Alberta and Saskatchewan pay for everything, and they get constantly kicked in the nuts.
I can understand why they would have that thought. I genuinely can, because like I say, I'm not Canadian, so I don't understand all of it, but I can understand the thought process behind it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ottawa votes to shut down pipelines, even ones with good proposals that have been years and decades in the making, And so Alberta and Saskatchewan are literally funding the provinces that reject their pipeline, their projects. It's to make more money.
I've seen people like online. I've debated with some, like our version of lefties, like leftist, for Canadian version. If you know what if you understand what I'm
the liberals, yeah,
and they're like, without Canada, you ain't gonna have gas. And I argued, I'm like, we don't technically need your gas. We have enough here, but you're our neighbors, and we want to trade with you. There's nothing wrong with that, but we don't need your gas. We don't.
As we should. No, we shouldn't even be having this conversation.
No,
we should be cooperating.
Yeah, exactly. We're neighbors. We should have mutual defense pacts. And I understand that, because what affects Canada is going to affect us. What affects Mexico, if they got invaded, it's still going to affect us in one way or another. And I have no problem if Mexico were invaded, we go defend them. I'm all for it, because it affects us. If Canada's invaded, well, we will send Marines, Army, Navy, Air Force. We will send A-10s up there and defend you. And we would, regardless.
We owe you for that. And we've owed you for that for the last 40 years since our forces went down. We used to have the third biggest Navy in the world after World War II. In the last 50 years, we have been dependent on you and letting you guys pay for it all. We owe you that. We owe you 50 years of protecting us a little bit, we do. And just let's do what the man says, strengthen the borders. What Colombia did, what he said, and bingo, no problem. Problem gone.
Look at Venezuela. They budged. They're taking all their criminal illegal aliens back.
Did you know that the Canadian government, our houses of parliament, have been suspended for over 3 months now? Like, we don't have a government right now. They've been suspended, prorogued. They were locked up because the government refuses to hand over documents that is going to be a big scandal for all the leadership, and they won't hand over those documents to the RCMP. So the leader of the House took a vote, and even the opposition parties, they all voted saying, you got to hand over those documents. We will do no more business, no more government business until you hand over those documents to the police. They haven't handed them over. We couldn't do business in the House of Parliament if we wanted to, unless we declare an emergency. It's crazy. And Trudeau prorogued Parliament. He's paused Parliament until March 26th, I believe. It's back in Parliament March. So we have no government until March 26th. And Trudeau is hiding. He hasn't done any interviews. He's literally, same as a trucker convoy. He fucking hides.
Yeah.
There are T-shirts of him running and hiding. Like, where's Waldo? Where's Trudeau? He's gone. Like, he hasn't made a public statement since yesterday morning. He hasn't gone down and negotiated with anybody. I think if he goes down and negotiate with Trump, Trump is going to wind up and hit him.
No, he's going to put your first lady in check.
Yeah, I think so.
I think him and the other guy. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his name. Please, for the love of God, forgive me. It sounds
Pierre Poilievre.
Yeah. Him. I think him and Trump would get along. I think they would probably have some disagreements. That's fine. That happens.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I think they would find an agreement. They would work it out, and hey, I can live with that. Can you? Yep, we can.
That's right.
Awesome. Let's do it.
What you're supposed to do. Work it out.
Yeah, because we're neighbors. We still are.
I think they've both worked at McDonald's.
Did they both work? Did they both work on a trash truck too?
Because Pierre Poilievre's mom was poor growing up, so he had a pretty poor life growing up, and he did jobs like that.
Well, he started out from the bottom and works his way up, and he sees it in a different light, and I can respect that.
As a kid, anyway, he's a career politician, but as a kid, he did jobs like that.
On that note, I'm kind of bored of politics.
Great, the short guy's complaining.
Now, we just like Americans. We should cooperate.
We're all neighbors. We're still family. We may be different countries, Canadians, Americans. We're family. Same with Mexico. We should cooperate, be friends. We're still family, even with them. We are.
I want to go to Mexico on vacation.
I want to go to Cancun. I'm going to go to Cancun.
I've been to Mexico twice.
I heard Mexico City is now they have a water issue, a very bad water issue there. The city's the city's actually sinking. It's actually getting lower because they're sucking all the water out from underground.
Right.
But, I've heard it's still beautiful. I would love to go there.
It is. I enjoyed Mexico City.
I've been to Tijuana when I was younger. It was cool. But
Never
that was
been.
in the 90s, so different time.
So this is what I'm doing right here.
You're making some progress on that, Steve. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I did it backwards though.
You only got 40,000 more pieces to put in.
Oh.
1,500. Well, you must be a couple hundred in by now.
Probably.
I
like Mexico.
I remember
like
the old
Mexico
days.
Food. Half our food comes from Mexico. I love it.
I love a
In
good
fact-
Mexican street taco. I mean, traditional, it is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's simple and it's
Mhm.
yummy. It's awesome.
I've got limes right now from Mexico in my fridge because we do not grow limes in the winter. Not up here.
I know people are freaking out in California. They're like, oh, they're going to take people away. We're not going to have certain fruits in this winter. I'm like, yeah, it never used to be like that.
Ooh.
You only used to get them seasonal.
Did the fires affect any of the orchards and vineyards in California?
Yeah. The Moss Landing fire that
Yeah.
it took out 70% of the crops.
Is that
There's
wine?
Crops.
Yes, like wine crops.
No, like corn, strawberries, like that kind of stuff, farming stuff.
Shit.
Yeah.
So we
Because
know
it was a lithium fire.
I saw that. Gary had some video, didn't he?
Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah, I took pictures of it like right before, like 3 hours after the fire started.
I wonder if it's going to affect the wine with like.
Well, wine is more in I can't think of the city or the town.
Napa Valley?
Napa.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't affect that area.
Okay.
Don't worry. If you want good wine, get Missouri wine. We make Missouri. Oddly enough, everybody talks about like California for wine or Europe. Missouri's actually making some very, very, very good wines and award-winning wines.
Wow.
We actually have some really good wines here, and even I've tried. I'm not a wine drinker. It's not me. This is not my thing. But I've tried them, and they are fantastic. They're
nice.
really good.
I'll have to look out for them. Yeah, I do like wine occasionally.
Missouri's up and coming with that. They're starting to we're becoming an award-winning state for certain wines.
Darth Vader goes in here.
I have a question about these tariffs.
Yeah.
How can Canada impose a tariff on a particular state? I thought it was supposed to be on a whole country.
It's usually how it works.
But now they're proposing only on red states.
What?
Well, if that's the case, Canada can go F themselves then. No offense. No offense.
That's some idiot minister talking out the side of his ass that'll never happen. They say you're gonna see some of the dumbest stuff said in the next. Oh yeah, it's just starting.
We're already seeing it here. Trust me.
And Canadians are just looking back like, you guys are all idiots. We don't agree with any of you.
Canada and the U.S. should have equal tariffs. Let's say every country should have a tariff. I get that. It's a tax. I understand it. I have no problem.
Like a straight 5% or whatever.
Yeah, let's say 7%. We'll just use that as an example. Let's say Canada imposes a 7% tax on imports from America. America should do 7% in return. That's fine. That's okay.
I would
make it equally.
Why bother having a tariff at all?
Yeah.
Well, that's how a lot of countries used to make their money, was tariffs.
Cut income tax.
Yeah, cut income tax. You can just have tariffs. The U.S. used to do just tariffs. There was no income tax until 1913. It was tariffs.
States. How do we get American burger companies to come up here and make business up here? Like Whataburger, In-N-Out. You guys have a whole. But
no, you want Whataburger, not In-N-Out. In-N-Out's good. It's good. Whataburger's better.
Okay, Carl's Jr. We don't have I think in Vancouver Airport we do. Maybe that's about it. Carl's Jr. I want a Wahlburger. Mark Wahlberger makes a damn good Thanksgiving turkey burger. I would like that up in Canada. I don't know why we don't.
Hey, Andy. He said Rancor Steve knows wine. Yeah, I do.
Spelled with an H.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hello, Andy.
Hey, Andy.
How you doing, Andy, brother? You're getting Tim. You're getting a home improvement salute.
Now, you have some of the best fast food, and we just don't have it up here.
I love our fast food. The problem is they put too much chemicals in it and garbage.
Well, yeah, hopefully they
I think we can all agree on that.
Yep.
That's like people freaking out about RFK. He wants to make food more expensive. No, he wants to take the garbage out of it, or at least as much as you can. I'm fine with that.
I lived in the States, Dark Helmet?
Yeah.
I lived in Boston because of a girl, and I used to, and driving the kids to gymnastics, we'd drive past a Cracker Barrel, and I never went in there, and I always wanted to go to a Cracker Barrel.
Go to Cracker Barrel. It's awesome. I don't care what anybody says. We have a Cracker Barrel. I take my mom once a month to Cracker Barrel, about 10 minutes away, and she's a happy camper, and the food is awesome, and you have all these cool little souvenirs you can get. It's awesome.
I should have stopped in. Yeah. I don't want to go back to that town.
I get their rainbow trout. Good.
Nice. I like the Cracker Barrel. Yeah, it's good with the old people, isn't it?
I'm sorry, my finger's twitching. It's the weirdest thing.
Right.
Light, it won't go down.
We're the same age, man. You know what I mean.
You know what we need to do? Here's what we need to do. Let's get some Canadians together. Let's get some Americans together. Come down to Missouri. We'll take a 2-3 day float trip down a river. We'll drink some beer.
Yes.
Weed is legal in Missouri. We'll smoke some pot.
Perfect.
We'll have some bonfires. We'll do some camping. And we'll just have a good time.
Look what I've done in almost 2 hours.
Yes.
73 pieces. Awesome.
Unlike the Back to the Future DeLorean.
Right?
Remember that one, Doc?
Yeah, I know. Trust me.
So I'm on bag 8.
8 of 974. That's okay. Remember, folks, he's from California. He's a little slut.
No, see it. How you don't? I'd like have a little tray. Like you must have pieces go off the table.
I just had 2.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, quick question.
What?
How was your church service this morning?
It was pretty good. Hold on, let me grab some pieces.
I bring him church, he suddenly just clicks off to hell. Damn heathen.
Yep. Well, he's probably scared of the brimstone and fire coming from up above.
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah, I've been having a rough week. I listen to this Wednesday. I climbed into bed. Well, I was having a migraine, so I was kind of squeezing an hour nap during the day because I also had a fire call in the morning, like 4 in the morning. So I went squeezing an hour nap, laid in bed, pulled the blanket over me, rolled over. I felt something just puncture into my foot. You know, instinctively, you kind of pull your foot away. It's natural.
That's right.
I did that, and whatever it was, well, at this time, I didn't know what it was, so I'm saying it that way. Whatever it was, it went deeper and pushed complete sideways in my foot. And I grabbed my foot, freaking flipped the blanket off, had about a 3-4 inch piece of hard plastic embedded into my foot by about a quarter of an inch. Pulled it out. Wasn't a lot of blood. Put a Band-Aid on it. You know, put a little alcohol, Band-Aid it up. Went later in the night, pulled my shoes off to go to bed. My whole sock was covered in blood.
Yeah, It's not as simple as you think. You want to cut something.
Yeah, well, it was because if it would have went in and I didn't jerk, I could have pulled it out. I wouldn't have had the issue. For the last, and that happened Wednesday, now Sunday. Friday, I went to put a sock on while it caught the Band-Aid. Well, when the Band-Aid pulled, when it connected with the sock, it ripped it open even more and opened it back up. I walked in the bathroom. It was just like a puddle of blood all the way. It was just running out of my foot. And I'm like, I was like, damn, I think I need stitches. I'm a man. I didn't go get stitches.
No,
I
of course not on your foot.
No, I put, well, it's like in between my ankle and my, like the sole. But it's more towards the sole, so it's in the spot that's constantly seen. No, I just put a bunch of gauze on it, slapped a Band-Aid on. I'm like a man. I can deal with it. I'm still dealing with the bleeding part.
No.
I sucked it up and dealt with it like a man.
Put a work boot on it.
To answer your question, church was pretty good.
What was good?
Church was pretty good today.
Oh,
Nice.
mine was great. I went into church this morning because I'm dealing with a lot right now. You know, we go
Yeah.
through that time to time. I went to church. I was down. I didn't even want to go because I was tired. I was like, you know what? I got to take my butt to church. Went in there. By the time I left, I felt a million times better. I felt good. I
Yeah.
felt more relieved. You know, I went up to the altar. Well, we don't have an altar, but like where the pastor was, because he has people come up for whatever reason you need. That's fine. And I left out there. I felt much better today. I've been happy ever since. Felt good.
Nice.
I felt like God touched me today. You know, God's not going to give you everything. He's going to give you what you need at that moment. And I felt good when I left, and I was okay with that.
Yeah, this is a lot of pieces. Holy crap.
You'll definitely have to do a second night of that.
I don't know. I'm doing pretty good, man. After going on 2 hours, I'm halfway.
Must be his drink he's drinking.
I'm gonna have to send Steve a U.S. aircraft carrier Lego kit. That'll take him like 7 years to finish.
That would be Kobe.
That would be fantastic.
Kobe's
That
got the ship.
wouldn't be worth it.
Wow.
Kobe Bricks has the ships. They have the Enterprise carrier.
I know that looks fun.
I swear, I started going to this church, and it's the weirdest thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's just kind of something that's I'm not a talker. I don't talk to a lot of people. Like I go to church, I'm usually quiet. I'm just that person. It's just me. I had these couple, husband, wife. The husband's just like me, so we just kind of got along really well together. But every time I go there, every service, when my pastor is, he's going to tell you like it is. He's not going to sugarcoat it. And I love that. I actually genuinely enjoy that. It's very refreshing because a lot of churches are, pardon the term, a shit show now. They are. Him? No. But today, every time I go there to church, it's something that reflects what's going on in my life. Every time when he does the sermon, I'm like, every time. That's when I knew I was at the right church for me.
Well, it's more the pastor than the church.
Yeah, it's the pastor. It's like every time he does a sermon, it's something that relates directly to my life. It's the weirdest thing. And I'm like, I'm at the right place where God needs me to be. For me.
Yeah, he's got you under surveillance.
Oh, I don't even hardly use social media anymore, so probably not. But then again, maybe he's NSA or at CIA. Who knows? No, he's like he's cool as hell, but he'll tell you like it is. He don't play no games. I like that. I respect it. I like it.
Yep.
And it's every sermon is just always something that relates to my life, and it's like I'm where I need to be. I think at this point, once every sermon, I'm like, this is where I need to be for me.
That's good.
Yeah.
God puts you where you need to be when you need to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I get that when I'm out getting firewood and you're standing amongst all these giants that are like 7 and 8 stories tall. You feel real insignificant. It really puts you in your place as far as perspective goes on this planet. I mean, these trees are massive, and as old as I am or older. A lot.
It's surprising if you go out into nature. Let's say you leave a lot of your technology out of nature. I'm not talking about like LED light flashlights or camp lights. I'm fine with that. But you go out to nature. Let's say you leave your cell phone, laptops behind.
Yeah,
it's relaxing. It's like it resets you. It resets your circadian rhythm, which a lot of people have a problem with. That's why people don't sleep well. Everybody's circadian rhythm is completely thrown off nowadays, whether it be technology, work, whatever, But I find if I go out, I go on a float trip, just float down the river, no technology.
Yep.
It resets me. It's refreshing.
Yep.
I go camping out in the middle of nowhere. Granted, I always have a gun because you don't know what you're going to run into do, but I live somewhere where you can do that. It's refreshing.
Like my walking. When I walk 5,000, 10,000 steps at a pace, it resets me. It gets my mind right.
That's like I'll go I know it sounds stupid. I'll go to St. Charles, Missouri, Main Street. I'll put in some earbuds. Sometimes I'll play the sounds of nature. I'll walk the street a couple of times so I don't hear nobody else. It's very refreshing. It resets me. It's very nice. And I think more people need to do that. I think if more people did that, it would reset you mentally, physically, emotionally. We need more of that. I'm not saying you can't have technology. I love technology, but we need to take a break time to time. We have to. I think it's very healthy for you to do that.
Work is a crap show right now because of how busy it is with all the heater calls. Winter. Get the nasties calling and cussing me out all day long.
No, we've been freezing cold here now the past couple of days. We've been in the upper 40s and 50s. Tomorrow's going to be, here in St. Louis, is going to be 65. I'm going to be walking around shorts and a short sleeve shirt.
Well, it's been a big adjustment not having my dog to walk around with. That's the hardest part.
Sorry.
No, the smoke went. I saw it. It walked right from Dark Helmet, right diagonally across the street, and went right into your square.
I'm so sorry, Steve. I did not mean to make you cough. You're right, Spider-Man. That was perfect. I thought the same thing as you did.
Because the timing was perfect.
It was perfect. You're right. That's all right, Canadian. When I get some money and I get this, hopefully I get this new job. This guy at church is trying to get it for me. Benefits from day one and really good pay if I get it. I'm going to save some money. I'm going to come to their visit. We'll chop some firewood.
Oh, yeah, man.
We'll go visit some Canadian wilderness. We'll do some fishing and have a good time.
Yep, that would be fantastic.
Then you can come down
up here.
Then you can come down to Missouri, visit me, and you can shoot any gun you want.
Man, I've never been to Missouri, but I've always liked the name because of the battleship. I used to have the model as a kid. You know, the Mighty Mo.
Oh, I know. I'm from Missouri. I got 16 inches.
Loved it.
Is that what he tells you?
See, that would only be good for livestock.
That's what I tell myself. That's what I tell myself.
Like you could only use that on cattle.
If you come down to Missouri, we actually, here in St. Louis, we actually got a couple gun shops where you can rent fully automatics.
That would be cool.
You know what we need to do in a few years? They got, hey, Steve, do you know about this? They got that gun, like it's like a weekend. You go down there and it's like a shooting thing, and you can shoot everything from 50 calibers, full auto, semi-auto, all kinds of stuff. And it's like a whole weekend. You pay your money, and you. My
shoulder would be dead.
Oh, I want to go there because I'm gonna be rock hard the entire time with freedom.
That would be great.
I want to go so bad. I've seen videos.
What does that cost?
I think it depends on what you're shooting and who you're shooting with. But I'll tell you what, they had if I can shoot a 50 cal, I'll take a couple $1,000s and save the money. I will fire off a 50 cal and just have a good time doing it and not regret any of it.
Yep. A friend of mine just got a 338 Lapua, I want to say it is. Ooh. And man, the bullets, the cartridges were $220 a case.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's like $10 a bullet or more. It's crazy.
Sorry, I was about to throw up there for a minute.
Yeah, I might pay $50 for a box of bullets, but 200 and something. Wow. Yeah, but you can shoot. I think you can shoot a mile flat with it.
Nice.
Wow. Hey, Steve.
Bag 9.
Nice. And can you see where there's a secret compartment there where they hide?
There's little stations for them.
Nice. Andy's at the gym. Do you have energy at night to work out, Andy? Jeez. If I don't do it before noon, I'm not doing it.
Andy's very dedicated to his exercise, and I can respect him for that.
That's what's been walking.
in the morning, not this time of night.
Yeah, I do after work.
That would be fun if we could all save money. We could all go down to that Oklahoma gun shoot for a weekend and
That would be fun.
Manorama firearm weekend. It would just be total manliness.
Can we get a hold of some crossbows too?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
That's fun too.
That is something cool. You don't need a license to buy them up here, which is nice.
I was wondering how the archery works for Canadians.
I've kind of wondered that too, actually.
No, we can. I can go buy a crossbow at Canadian Tire, no problem, right over the counter.
Well, it's like in St. Louis County, we have a couple Missouri state parks. They're like in the lower lying areas, heavy deer population, and a couple other parks within there. But they'll allow like crossbow hunting once a year to kind of keep the population in control.
Same
of course,
here.
Animal rights activists flip out. It's like, you're ignorant. You have to keep them under control because it's good for them. It keeps their population healthy.
Well, because we took out a lot of the predators, it's now upon us.
Well, Missouri's starting to introduce natural predators back in the. Again, they're starting to bring them back in and breed them and everything because they're like, yeah, we messed up. It's like, that's fine, okay. Because I remember, about like a year ago, I kid you not, I was driving. It's called Aubuchon. It's St. Louis County. It's near the Missouri River. I was driving down. I looked over and I thought it was a dog. But it was kind of one of the things where it catches your attention. You have to stop. So I pulled off the side of the road. Another car pulled off behind me. We get out of the car. I look at the guy. It was a gray wolf.
Yeah.
And they're starting to breed again and starting to get back in. And I called St. Louis County Conservation because they like to know so they can. They're like, it probably wasn't a gray wolf. I was like, I'm not stupid. I know what a gray wolf looks like. Quit acting like I'm dumb. It was a gray wolf. Even the other guy had stopped and we're like, dude, that's a wolf. It's a gray wolf. They used to be native of Missouri, and we seen them over here. That means they're starting to slowly make a comeback. So I reported it, and they're like, hey, we appreciate it. It's so they can kind of keep track where they're spotted and everything. And they're like,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, I had to go through a description. They're like, nope, that's a gray wolf. They're like, thank you for reporting that. They're not going to get rid of them or anything, but it's good to see them. That was not a dog. We were like, that's awesome.
They have a different body structure.
Yeah, we've got them here too.
Body structure, head, jaw, everything. And I knew what it was because I even looked it up when I got home. I'm like, cool. I like that.
Yeah.
It didn't attack us. Obviously, didn't charge us, nothing like that because that's not their nature. They prefer to stay away from humans for the most part.
Were you in the wolf cubs as a boy with the Boy Scouts? Cub Scouts, that's what they're called. Cub Scouts.
Oh.
Yeah, I did it all.
2 of them. What?
Yeah, I did the scouting thing. I did.
Learned how to make fire and knives.
Mm-hmm.
I did it for a while until I was constantly getting beat up by everybody else, and I stopped.
Yeah.
Well, I was in a bad area for Cub Scouts. Let's put it that way, and I'll leave it at that. And I actually was doing. I enjoyed it. I was constantly getting beat up and jumped. I tried to defend myself. I was not that person. I was tall, lanky, and skinny. I could not defend myself. I tried. Don't get me wrong. And I just kind of got out of it, but I still love all the aspects of it. And I still think it's beneficial. But we still need to have a separation between Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
If you have XX chromosomes, you need to be in the Girl Scouts. If you have XY, you need to be in Boy Scouts.
Correct.
Period.
So why'd they let you in the Boy Scouts?
Because I had a big... Oh, never mind. I was wrong. Sorry.
We have the right chromosomes.
There's a difference between Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. I don't care what anyone says.
We need to bring all Boy Scout and Girl Scouts back.
The activities are different completely.
They absolutely are. Girls should have their own things that teach them stuff. Boys should have the same as well.
Yes. Bring back gentlemen's clubs.
Exactly. It's okay for men to have their own things. It's okay for women to have their own things. That's beneficial for both. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
They used to not allow women into bars and pubs. I can get along with that. That's okay.
Hey, did you see what the U.S. State Department did? Remember, like last year when I'll just say when Biden was in office, they had the LGBTQ and the whole other 5,000 other freaking
Yes.
genders thrown in there. Yeah, as of like day 1 or day 2, it's only LGB. They took everything out of it. It's only lesbian, gay, and bisexual.
Whoa.
Everything else is completely removed, and a lot of gay, lesbian, and bisexual people, and even transsexuals. Those transsexuals are people that are truly who they are.
Yeah.
Regardless if you agree with it or not, they are being who they are. But they're not the people that push anything off anybody. They are happy about that. They're like, yes, thank you.
Because it was giving them a bad name.
Yeah. Yeah, the weirdos are freaking out. They're like, "Oh, we're just not recognized anymore." It's like, go to some of these other countries and see how well that works out for you.
Yeah.
Especially the Muslim countries.
Yeah. But a lot of them they're perfectly happy with it. They're like, "Thank you. That's all we wanted."
Yeah. Good.
I have no problem with that. None.
It's been on for a while now, Steve. I think I'm gonna
All right.
take care of some business right now, but I'm glad you've gotten more than half of it done. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, thanks for hanging out.
I'm
Well,
actually
I'm glad you've got two gentlemen right here.
Hey, Canadian, you gotta go crank out some Canadian maple syrup, if you know what I mean.
No, none of that. I'm gonna go over to my buddy's house. We're supposed to be watching the hockey game, so go Canucks. Take care, John. Take care, Steve. Thanks.
Go Blues.
Take
Go
care,
St.
man.
Louis Blues.
See you later.
Have a good one, brother.
You too, man.
You stupid dude.
Steve's sitting back there while we rest of us talk crap to each other.
I certainly hope you don't accidentally slip that from your hand and drop it.
No.
Oh, if you do, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna laugh. Because
I would cry.
Oh, I'd laugh because that's what a friend does. We laugh at other friends.
Oh.
I'll laugh at you. Don't. It's not personal, but I will. But I don't want
I'm literally
you to drop
building with one hand right now. Take it, whatever you want.
Didn't say a word.
Hmm.
How many people are left? Oh, wow. There's only one person on YouTube.
What?
That's YouTube. This way it is. YouTube still shadow bans hardcore.
Yeah.
Even though X says it's free speech. Don't get me wrong. I like X better now than I did before. I've been shadow banned for years. I've tried to get it removed. I just gave up. I was like, I don't even pay attention to it anymore.
I don't get why people just keep complaining about like, oh, I'm being banned. I'm being banned. It's like
I don't
dude,
complain about it. I stop.
I try to make it to where I know what not to do. This is the difference between amateurs and people who know what they're doing. I know what not to do on YouTube. And so if you go by that, you're good. You don't have to make it this big ordeal. But people do, and I'm like, dude, it is what it is. You just gotta deal with it.
I still love Rumble more.
Yeah.
That's like X. If you're like, well, you're shadow banned. I'm like, I have been for years. When it comes to X, I was like, I don't care anymore. I don't even really go to Facebook anymore. I have one or two people I talk to on there, but other than that, I don't care anymore. I've been cutting a lot of social media out of my life. Now, I'm not saying that I won't go on X to check like news stuff like that. I do that. But a lot of the social part, I've cut it out and I've been happier.
Mm-hmm.
I miss the old days of the internet when it was the Wild West. It was a whole lot more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I miss the old days of that. That was a good time. The younger people are like, what are you talking about? It wasn't great. I'm like, sit down there, amateur.
Well, I'm going to start getting ready for bed. I got to be up at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Dang.
Well, I start at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm still on my old schedule when I had the dog.
Well, thanks for hanging out, man.
What was that, Doc?
Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks.
Have a good night, brother, and I hope you have a good day tomorrow.
You too. And I will be As I get more news about my next pup, it'll be about 6 to 12 months before I get it. I've got a down payment on with the new breeder. New breeders in North Carolina, so we'll see.
Okay.
Just patience, patience,
Yeah.
patience.
Yeah.
And this is not a cheap prospect. It's more expensive than his Lego sets.
That is true.
All right, you guys have a great night.
All right, take care,
Have a
man.
good one, brother.
Thanks for having me on. See ya, and I'll join you for the Super Bowl stream.
Yeah, should be pretty
That'll be
fun.
That'll be fun. Good night, all.
Oh, Andy Masterson 25 minutes ago now said, "Hey guys, I'm off to the gym." Well, Andy, if you catch on this later, have a great workout, brother.
Mazel tov. I think I can finish this tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, you've said that about other things.
Hey, you know what? Hopes and dreams.
Hey, be positive. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
That was a fun Manorama we had the other night.
Yeah, it was fun. I liked it a lot.
Right,
I learned a lot, and it was good. I liked it.
The only thing that sucked is because me and the other guy being firefighters, we missed so much that we could have talked about.
Yeah.
Oh, we could have went hours on that. Like our dark sense of humor on. I
might bring it back again. I might do that where I have guys come on.
I would do a night where, what we talked about, but do a separate night, have people back on about our dark senses of humor and why we do it.
Yeah.
Because we never got into that and I wanted to. I was like, there's so much dark sense of humor I have. Stuff where people have looked at me and go, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
I'm like everything that keeps me from going insane from what I've seen.
But I might bring it back. It was fun. That was a lot of fun.
I enjoy it. It went damn near 2 hours. I felt like it lasted 30 minutes. It was just amazing.
Yeah. When you're having fun like that, you don't really focus on the time.
Oh, no, I
But
didn't at all.
I'll try to do an episode where it's much longer. Just because I know you guys would appreciate that. And the other cool thing is it's opened the door for like guys to be actually open about things. It's like, hey, this is what we struggle with and we're normal.
People don't understand the amount of stuff, even mentally and emotionally, we go through.
Yeah.
And the problem is with the fire service, it's not as bad as now compared to a few years ago, or what we see, what we go through. If you tried to bring it out, you were kind of looked down upon, but it's not as bad now as it was even a couple years ago. Stuff we've seen, what we've gone through emotionally, mentally. Some people back a long time ago like, "You're weak." It's like, no, we're not. We're still men, but we still have feelings. We still have emotion. We do.
Mm-hmm.
We still go through rough times, and stuff we've seen can be rough. I did CPR 11 years ago, 12 years ago. No, actually got a damn near 18 years ago. Sorry, I'm so far off now. It was 2016, actually. Now I remember. I did CPR on a guy for 45 minutes. We were rotating off 10 minutes in between each person. The guy had congestive heart failure, fluid in the lungs. I was doing CPR and the fluid from his lungs pushed out and shot on my mouth and in my mouth.
Mm.
And I was still doing CPR and I'm like trying to, and they're like, "What's wrong?" They looked at my mouth and saw the fluid around it. They're like, "Switch." I walked out in the hallway. I was like, "Bleh." And I hurled all over the place. We did this guy for 45 minutes and lost him. And that still bothers me this day because we did everything we could. And it still bothers me because I feel like I didn't do enough. Even though I know I did, but the fluid on my mouth still bugs me. That was awful. I'm doing CPR trying not to throw up on the patient. I'm like pumping the chest. It was, ugh.
How am I supposed to put this?
I don't know. You have the directions. Not me.
I know.
You know what? You know what a Manorama episode you should have?
What?
A camping episode.
I was thinking about doing that.
You know, somewhere men can just share different camping ideas, different fire starting ideas, things like
Yeah.
that. I think it'd be fun.
There we go.
Nothing wrong with that. Men can learn from that, and women too.
Yeah. No, I have some ideas I want to do. It's just a matter of actually doing them.
Executing them, find out what works,
Yeah.
what doesn't. Yeah.
But eventually we're going to do something fun. Hey, bag 10. Oh, oh man.
Good stretch. A good stretch is nice. You ever had them stretches, like, especially if you get up in the morning, you just have that one stretch where you just stretch, and it's just, pardon the term, it's orgasmic almost for a man. It's like the best feeling in the world. Oh, it's great. Not trying to be inappropriate, but it's like an amazing feeling.
Oh, I agree.
That's like this morning. Before I went to church, I went to a local coffee shop. They're a liberal coffee shop, but they're not like to beat you over the head with anything type, and they have actually good coffee, and it's not expensive. I like it.
Good.
Oh no, they know I'm conservative. I get no crap from them. They're very polite and courteous. I went home, did my thing before I went to church, and I'm going there. I'm like dragging. I was just so tired. I was like, I don't want to go to church, but I dragged myself there anyways. Yeah, made me feel a million times better today. Yeah, I felt good.
That's good. Yeah, it's always good to kind of go.
Sometimes you have to drag yourself even if you don't want to go.
Yeah.
And I left out of there just feeling refreshed. I felt better. And every time I go there, every sermon is something that is directly involved with my life. It's the weirdest thing. And I'm like, I'm at the church I need to be.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad, man.
Oh, I felt so good when I left out there. I felt better. I've had it. I was down when I went there today. The rest of it after that, I felt great all day. I just felt better. I felt more spiritually rejuvenated, emotionally rejuvenated. It was good. It's nice.
Nice.
And I have a pastor that doesn't feed you a line of crap. He just tells you like it is, and I find that very refreshing.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, a lot of churches today are just they're clown shows. They are.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
My pastor is a country guy. He runs a farm. They do like horse roping, like they'll do stuff where they'll lasso horses or cattle, whatever, in competitions. That's what he does. So he's is it like you're bringing in a different vibe where I'm at. And I love it. Absolutely love it. He don't play no games. He tells you like it is, and I love that. It's very refreshing.
Yeah, the one that we did, they did a sermon on fear and like how we have fear and stuff, and like how we should not allow fear to dictate how we interact. And it was good. I liked it a lot.
Oh, we had that too. But he said a healthy dose of fear is good. A healthy dose of fear is good in a stressful situation.
Yeah.
It can make you more aware. And that's what he said. He's like, fear is not in itself is not bad. He's like, it's how you deal with it. He's like, it can make you more aware. It can keep you more cognizant of your surroundings. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. And I agreed with it. And even firefighting. I've been in house fires, structure fires. Fear can keep you alert and keep you on your toes. It's how you deal with it. It's how you deal with it. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing to teach men and women. Because women may have to deal with a fire. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
I feel like I'm painting.
Hey, how you doing, Maria?
Hey, Maria Tintelli. How you doing? How you doing? 37-year-old man playing with Lego. No shame.
Oh, I wish I were 37. I'm damn near 36 this year. Oh, God. I'll be 46 this year.
Nice.
Not really. Because I'm divorced now and it wasn't my choice and I want to save the marriage. So I feel like a failure at times.
Yeah, you're not a failure, man.
No, trust me, when it says when it comes to my marriage, I had my failures. And I look at that back now. Men should self-reflect, and we always should. It's very important that men self-reflect on their past. What did you do wrong? What did you do right? And I realize as a man, I've had my failures. Even as a father, I failed at certain points, but I have to be honest about that and say that, so I can be better as a man. I think that's very important.
Yeah, I think that a lot of guys, and I would like to talk about that, like get guys who want to talk about marriage and all that stuff, because
Have
there's
guys on that have been through divorce. I think that would be more beneficial because we've been through that.
yeah.
Whether if we were right or we were wrong, we made mistakes, or if we didn't, I think that would be a good thing for other men to learn from.
Yeah. And I know there's some guys that have a bitterness towards marriage now, and it's just like,
I get it. I understand.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's not saying women are the problem or men are the problem. It's more of it's a you thing. You need to structure it out to where you can solve things, and I think a lot of guys don't have that outlet.
They don't understand there's a chance for growth there.
Yeah. And then there's some guys who they blatantly don't want to learn from men's shows or anything, because it's like, well, it's not fun. It's like, it's not supposed to be fun. You're supposed to learn something. And the moment you start opening up to the fact that, hey, I want to learn something, dude, it then becomes fun, because it's like you're learning something new.
You're forcing men to look back and introspect on their own lives and go, you know what? I was wrong on this. And that's okay. You're learning. That's a learning experience. Men should be willing to learn. Women should be willing to learn from that too. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But from male perspective, I looked back, after my wife left me, I didn't want to get divorced. I wanted to work it out. She didn't. I could have drug it out, but what's the point? It wouldn't have done any good. It would just make things worse, actually.
But at least you tried. That's what's important.
And I tried, but I also looked back at my life. I'm like, okay, what did I do wrong? And I seen things I did wrong. I'm like, okay, if I were to get in now I can't have kids anymore because, snip, snip. But, if I got married again, I've learned from it. But I don't think I'm ready for it yet, because as a man, I want to improve myself more before I get in another marriage, if I do.
See, these are helpful marriage tips. This thing is massive.
Can't wait to see when it's done. That's going to take you 3 or 4 episodes.
In the year 2020.
2027. Steve Rancor finally
gets with that. Ooh. Maria says groovy.
Groovy. What is this? 7:24 your time?
Yeah.
Damn people in the past. It's 9:20. It's 9:25 here.
Don't fall. It's actually going a lot smoother than I expected. Doing this. No problem so far. Just a few little bumps. I'm like, well, how's that going to fit in there?
It's any Lego experience.
Yeah.
But I remember growing up in the 80s with Legos, and they would say, hey, you got to build it this way, and you just build whatever you want.
You're like, I'm doing it this way, man. I don't even know where I'm gonna put this thing. Yeah.
Just sucks for me right now. I can't do a lot because I stabbed myself in the foot by accident a couple days ago.
It wasn't me.
Oh, you want to hear the story? It's
Yeah.
it's the dumbest story ever, and it should never have happened. I had a migraine. Well, because
Okay.
I had a EMS call early in the morning. By the time I actually got done with everything, and got home, it was about 6. So about 12, 1 o'clock, I was like, you know what, I'll get an hour nap, to kind of chill me out and get me through the rest of the day. But pulled the blanket over me. As soon as I rolled over, I felt something jam into the side of my foot, just above my heel, the heel of my foot, and my ankle. You know how it is. If that happens, you're instinctively you're gonna like pull your foot away. It's just instinct.
Yeah.
I did that, and that whatever. Before I say what it was, it dug in deeper and it turned completely, probably I'd say 80 degrees to my foot. Even made the hole even wider. And I flew out of the bed, pulled it out of my foot. I had some blood. I took care of it. It was probably a 3-4 inch piece of hard plastic that actually went into my foot. Well, when I jerked, it went deeper and it went at an angle, which made the hole bigger.
Yeah, that's.
So I ran to the bathroom, dabbed the blood, put like one of those square band-aids on it. Put my sock back on, put my shoe back on. Didn't feel a whole lot at that point. By the time night hit, take your shoes, socks off, get ready for bed. My sock was just soaked with blood. I mean, soaked. I was like, fudge. Sorry, I'm trying not to cuss as much.
It's all good.
Well, luckily I got all the blood out of the sock, surprisingly, because I hosed it with a bunch of shout. That stuff works great. Got it all taken care of. Thought I had it. Well, I thought I did. The other Wednesday, friggin' put my sock on. They had a new band-aid on. Well, the band-aid caught the edge of the sock, and I pulled it, and it opened that wound right back up. See blood just run out of my foot. Ran to the bathroom. Had to clean up. Had to spend 10 minutes cleaning blood off the floor. I mean, it was pouring out of my foot. That's how much it opened it up. I probably needed 1 or 2 stitches in my foot. But I'm a man, so I didn't go to ER or urgent care. I'm just packing it with fucking cracking gauze and put another Band-Aid over it.
Super glue.
Oh, yeah, that'll work. But I put a gauze over it and put another Band-Aid over it. So now I'm still dealing with that. No, when the Band-Aid opened, it actually opened the wound. It reopened it, but actually opened it more. It actually pulled the skin apart more. And when I did that, it was just running out of my foot. I mean, just pouring out.
I lost communication. It happens.
I probably should have went to urgent care to get a stitch or two, because I looked at it now. I'm like, I probably need a stitch or two. But I'm being a man about it. I'm like, I'll just pack it with gauze, put another Band-Aid over and call it a day, and clean it, obviously. Clean it, disinfect it.
Well, I'm glad that you're doing better.
I'm getting there. I just got to get the bleeding to stop. Because I've soaked 2 sets of socks in blood.
I've done some really crazy things at work where it's just splinters or something. It's not fun.
Oh, I've used super glue at work a couple times.
Oh, I've done duct tape and super glue so many times. It's crazy.
I learned after that, if I'm somewhere where I might cut myself, I just keep like a couple things of gauze, like sealed gauze in my pocket. If I do that, you can put duct tape, electrical tape, whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
That takes care of it.
I think I'm building a throne here.
That would be another good Manorama episode, how to deal with injuries.
Hey, there you go.
Because as a man, or a woman, you got to do what you got to do. And yes, I've used super glue once. And yes, it works.
Hey, FKHC 2005. This was actually given to me as a Christmas gift. So I didn't get it. It was sent to me by Disney Sheepherder. So that was cool.
The funny thing is, I went to church today. My foot was aching. You know, every time I walk, it hurt, which is that's normal for what I went through. When I left church, it didn't hurt as much.
There you go. It's also supposed to be on the bottom. No. Well, where is this supposed to go?
It's gonna suck tomorrow.
Oh.
I got to deal with the IRS and
There.
damn
Yeah.
healthcare marketplace because I keep filing my taxes. I keep rejecting it. Like, oh, you're signed up for the healthcare marketplace. No, I'm not. I got to deal with that in the morning. My ex-wife's dealing with the same thing. Well, she don't like me, but I even feel bad for this. We're kind of working together on this one. No, we both got tagged saying, oh, you're signed up for it. No, we're not. I would not be signed up for that dumpster fire. So I got to deal with it tomorrow.
Where did my stickers go? Oh. Number 1 now? Number 4.
I'm hoping to get this new job soon because the guy at church is trying to give me a job at Train Technology. They do with like AC and stuff, all that.
Yeah.
But they'll be working at the counter doing sales. But you know, you're just basically helping like companies and independent contractors, whatever parts they need.
Yeah.
One, the benefits are good, and 2, I get the benefits on day 1, and 3, the pay's good.
Nice.
And he's trying to get me a job there.
There you go.
Oh, I'll take it since I got hosed over at my state job. Nothing like trying to start a state job and then finding out they were supposed to start that, oh, it got moved from full-time to seasonal.
That's dick.
State, it's government jobs, is how it goes. Luckily, I had enough money saved up to pay my car insurance, car payment, and stuff like that. So, but that's a part of life. That happens. As men, we have to deal with it and adapt and overcome and adapt.
Right?
That's what I'm doing.
All right, what am I building next?
Well, I'm going to hop off here. I got to get up in the morning, deal with the IRS and deal with
All right, man. Well, thanks for hanging out.
Deal with the freaking insurance stuff because I haven't signed up for it, so I got to deal with that. I got to go pick my mom up, take her to the grocery store so she can get groceries and stuff. Since my daughter don't talk to me anymore.
All right, man. Well, you have a good rest of your evening, and hope you get better, man.
My foot will heal. It'll get there. Everybody's like, you need to go get a stitch or 2. I'm like, I'm a man. I can deal with it.
Yeah.
I might be wrong on that aspect, but I'm going to at least try. I'm going to try to man it out at least until I have no choice.
There you go. Well, I hope you have a good...
No, good.
No, I was just saying, I hope you have a good evening and stay safe.
It's weird. After I went to church today, my foot didn't hurt as much afterwards.
There you go.
I think the good Lord, he took some of the edge off. I'll just say he took some of the edge off.
Yeah.
I still feel it, but not as bad. But hey, that's a part of life. Comes with it.
Yeah.
Well, brother, you have a good night. I hope you get that completed tonight. I'm sure you'll have it completed in 3 more episodes.
Yeah, something like that.
God be with you. God bless you. And I'll pray for you tonight.
All right, take care. I'll be praying for you too.
Hey, I love you, brother.
Take care. Love you too, man.
God be with you.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. More stickers. Oh, so there was just one. Dun dun dun. I think I'll go to 3 hours today. Something like that. We'll see. We'll see how far I get in half an hour. Oh, I gotta do 2 of them? 2 of them? There we go. I think I'm building the little game section right there. Got some beds. I don't even know what this is. It's going right here. And the controller. Ugh. It keeps falling off. All right. And then this goes here. That's kind of cool. There's some little cool things in here. that. It is one big piece. I hope everyone is enjoying me building this. This is a lot of fun, guys. Oh. Always make sure you have the pieces that you need in. Or they'll fall out. The monitor is about to fall asleep. All right. Oh, sorry. And bag 12. I might stop at bag 12. That should be a good time to stop. Door. This is not the best way to do this. All right. And then goes right here. Ah. Hey, what's up, West Kegel? All right, this guy. We are building the Millennium Falcon. Yeah. Gun right there. Boom. Pretty snazzy. I did it. There we go. Like that. Cool. Building the legs. I think I'm going to wait to do the legs last, just because I don't have the space to do them. But here are the little legs. Put those to the side. My back is killing me. Yes, it is. I have no idea what I'm making right now. Huh? Does it go on like that? Yeah, it does. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's the turret area. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I gotta close it. Goes in like that. Closes. And this goes like here. So here's the top of it. That's kind of cool. All right. I've hit a point where, let me put the little legs on. All right, so we're going to be at bag 13, which I will do on, here it is. I will do on Tuesday, right before Manorama. And there it is. So far right now, that's all I have. On that note, thank you, everyone. Thank you, John, Dark Helmet, and Canadian Spider-Man for joining me. So I'm thinking sometime around, I just got to figure out what time on Tuesday I will do the rest of this, but here it is. It's kind of cool looking. All right, I'll see you guys in a couple days. Yeah.